Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tony Trabert and happy to be your MC today. We welcome you to the Bill Talbert Center Court here at the International Tennis Hall of Fame. We're so pleased you could be with us today to celebrate the Hall of Fame's 40th induction ceremony. This year's induction is particularly special as we are singularly honoring one individual for her outstanding contributions to her sport. As you all know, that individual is Chris Evert. At this point, it's a pleasure for me to turn the microphone over to a good friend of tennis, a vice president of the Hall of Fame, Miss Pam Shriver. Pammy?
Chris Evert has no idea what a powerfully positive influence she's had on millions of tennis players worldwide. In 1984, Chrissy became the first player, male or female, to win 1,000 singles matches. She was named the greatest woman athlete of the last 25 years by the Women's Sports Foundation in 1985 and served as president of the Women's Tennis Association a record 9 times. I could go on and on. But now to officially introduce Chris Evert into the International Tennis Hall of Fame, someone like Chris understands about getting the job done under pressure, a special friend of tennis, the 41st and best president of the United States, George Bush.
Thank you, Pammy. Thank you very much. Thank you all very, very much. You know, Woody Allen was right. 90% of life is just showing up. And like all of you, I am just thrilled to be here. When my dear friend of long standing, Pam Shriver, called saying that she could wedge me into this wonderful event, I accepted real fast because I love tennis and I love, like the rest of America, I love Chris Evert. Barbara accuses me of being the family's best name dropper these days, but I am luckier than many of you here today, for I have actually been on the court with Chris Evert several times. I say luckier, but whether it was at Camp David or at our home up in Maine or at her marvelous charity event in Florida, it's been the same thing, just as if she were playing in Wimbledon before the Queen of England. Bend your knees, cover behind me, get up to the net. You know, as president, in golf, people would give me long putts, or when you'd throw up a lousy lob, they would hit it back with a kinder and gentler approach. Chrissy Evert never understood that. She's a fighter, a gracious winner, a worthy entry into this prestigious Hall of Fame that so many here today did so much to put together. And so I am the presenter. And I present to you Chris Evert, fierce competitor, a wonderful woman and loving mother, a class act, a great champion.
The first time I ever came here, I stayed at Candy and Jimmy Van Allen's house, and I was 17 years old. I came with my dad and my sister, and I remember walking through the Hall of Fame, And I remember seeing, Bill Tilden, Maureen Conley, and Suzanne Longland, and Helen Wills, and just being totally awestruck by those champions, not really feeling a part of history. I was 17, I hadn't achieved anything, but not really feeling a sense of history at all, because I felt very much removed from those champions that I'd put on such a high pedestal. And then this year I came back, and I was curious to know what my reaction would be, and I walked through the Hall of Fame. And there are a few more champions. I mean, it's been a long time since I was here at 17, but a few more champions in my era: Billie Jean King, Tracy Austin, Arthur Ashe. I mean, people that I knew, I had played against, and I really admired. And for the first time, I felt a sense of belonging, and I felt like I was part of the family. And it was quite a wonderful feeling, and I really will treasure that feeling forever. Thanks to all of you, because I just felt so much love and support from all of you, and it really made me want to stay in the game longer. I mean, sure, Martina came along and helped me stay in the game longer. That's been said many times, but without your support, I think I would have probably faded away a long time ago. But I always felt, especially in America, being an American, that I had your support, because you saw me grow up and go through adversity and, become more maybe of a human being, and I really appreciate that. And lastly, I think I've been always asked, what would I like to be remembered for? What would I like to leave behind? And if I helped at all, I think that I helped the notion that it's okay for a woman to be an athlete, to be competitive, to be tough, to be determined. And those are attributes and qualities that it was okay, always okay for men to be those things, but not until the last 20 years or so has it been okay for a woman to be those things. And I just would like to encourage little girls all over the world just to pursue your dreams. And look what happened to me. I mean, I wasn't the best athlete. I wasn't the fastest or the quickest or the most powerful, but I made it happen because I wanted it badly enough. And so all you young girls out there, you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. And lastly, I just hope that everybody goes through the museum and really learns about the history of the game. It's very educational. It's very rewarding. And I had a ball this weekend, and I just like to say thank you. I'll always remember it, and I definitely will come back year after year. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1995 inductee Chris Evert. Chris, thank you so much.